Remember that record that you bought me like 2 years ago? Well, I just remembered that it's sitting in the closet. So I called you up just to tell you I've been meaning to listen to that. I've been meaning to listen to that. Why don't you come over and talk about it? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Why don't you come over and talk about it?
Oh man. Hi everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to I've Been Meaning to Listen to That, the podcast where we go through albums we've been meaning to listen to and use it as a conduit to learn about each other and our guests. I'm Andrew Ambrose Lee.
I'm Stanley Philippe.
And I'm John Butts.
And this is so exciting. He is a true up and coming YouTube star. He's built a channel for many years. He's a hip hop commentator, a sneaker review expert. It's ReedMySole, everybody. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't read my soul. You won't read my soul. Does anyone?
Hey, listen, I said that in the car. They said I was a little self-centered, but it sounded like Beyonce knows me. I'm just saying. You did that. I'm just saying.
Oh man. Everybody, welcome to the show. Hey Reed, thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're talking about JID's The Forever Story. But before we get started on talking about the album itself, let's talk a little bit about JID. Reed, let's start with you. What is your relationship to JID? Where do you think he fits in the hip hop landscape?
Ooh, I found out about JID on the Color Show. Like my friends were telling me about him for a while, and then I saw working out, and that's kind of how he introduced to me. And it's like on everything, I gave everything, got nothing back. Ain't looking for no pat on backs. That ain't how we got with up. We at Mama called, where up you at? And from that, Mama called, where up you at? I was like, oh, this dude is this. He's theatrical. He's painting a picture. He's painting a story. This is different. You know what I mean? I like this. This is and everybody's always, he's Kendrick, he's fast rap. No, if you really listen to JID or JID, is it JID? Is it JID? I don't know. He really is he's different. He's unique. He's a breath of fresh air. And I think he is one of those ones that can be seen from this generation as the next up and coming.
What about Stanley and John? What's your kind of perspective on JID? Where do you think what's your history and perspective on JID?
Yeah, JID or JID. I watched an interview where he was like, I'm good with both. It's kind of like that Biggie BIG thing. So I'm gonna try to stick to JID for our conversation, but the JID might come out. I don't have a lot to really say in terms of preconceived notions on JID. But Ree, when you were talking, I was thinking and answering that question about the GOAT status. I was thinking about what Shaq said recently about Rudy Gobert and how he's like he'll never be a Hall of Famer, and all this nonsense. But Rudy Gobert has got stats to back it up. He doesn't have a chip, but he has Defensive Player of the Year, All Stars, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's kind of where he falls for me. He's one of those artists that can be GOAT. Clearly he has a talent to do that. I just don't know if he's gonna be able to get the chip. And part of the problem with this new generation is that the old guard is still kicking. And we just talked about the Clips. And the Clips is showing us that the old guard is not only just kicking, but thriving still. It's like LeBron. There's a lot of LeBron in hip hop where it's like, here's this guy who was promised as the next one, fulfill the promise, and hasn't left yet to give room for the next one to be the next one. So I don't know if JID is going to fall into that kind of trap or not, but from what I've seen and listened to, he's got the chops for sure. So excited to talk about this project.
When I first heard about JID, I thought he was about to be one of them ones. I think I was at the time, it was 2017. I was working my first office job, cleaning conference rooms, just scrolling while not doing my job on social media, and saw something oh, this the Atlanta Kendrick, just as plain as simple as that. And I was like, Atlanta? I grew up in Atlanta a little bit. Kendrick? I love Kendrick a lot. let me check this out. And I'm pretty sure what I saw was the what video was it? It was black and white. It might have been the first single, the never had shit, never had that shit. Riding like the martyr bus. I'm like, oh man, this really feels like Atlanta, but he's rapping at that high caliber. I was like, do we have a new hometown hero? Andre Three Stacks is retired. Like, who's next? And as I kind of followed him, I noticed that he had this hip hop purist mentality. It always went back to the pen, and it felt like he was carrying that Outcast torch, or it felt like he was carrying the Dungeon Family torch and carrying that spirit of the South got something to say, which for me, I love that. So I've been following his output ever since then. I love the Never story. Returning to this has been a lot of fun. Honestly, I kind of memory hold DiCaprio too. But there's been a lot going on in hip hop since like 2017 to now. But I used to do like 151 rum as like a vocal exercise. So like, it's not like he isn't that guy, but it's kind of like y'all were saying, is like, where will this project position him in that conversation? Listening to this, and we'll get into it, the guy has got skills for days. Skills for days. Is how do you use those skills? And I think we'll talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about like let's like narrow in and talk about like this album. Like, what do you think this album is trying to say? What do you think it's about? All that.
For me, a lot of the themes that I pulled out of it when I was like listening to it was like I kept hearing like a family theme.
Mhm.
I kept hearing like Atlanta, just life, a duality as far as like, and it's crazy because I listened to this album so much, but in the last few years, I was a truck driver, so like, and a delivery driver. So like, I listen to music. I've been listening to a lot of music, but I haven't really listened to a lot of music. So I heard that he was a football player. So I hear like athlete there, where like he had to make that change, or like that switch of like, okay, am I gonna do this or am I gonna do this? So I hear a lot of that, like conflict, maybe not
Mhm.
more so
Mhm.
more so like a conflict with balancing all of these things, right? Balancing this Atlanta lifestyle, but not really being like the Atlanta lifestyle, being a football player. His family, his sister, you hear, his sister gets a lot of shine here. And she's kind of maybe the protector. I hear a lot of family life. His story, the forever story. I mean, that's kind of cheesy, but those are kind of like the themes that I hear a lot throughout this album. He talks about his family a lot, his brother going to jail, his dad, his mom. So that's kind of like how I hear the Atlanta life, surrounding family and friends, and balancing being an athlete, but now having to transition into being a rapper. And so that's kind of like the main thing that sticks out to me.
See, I mean, yeah, it's clearly family is the centerpiece, the reason for doing this, like the everything is the family. And I think that first line that we hear, the forever can't be too far away from never, it encapsulates so many different parts of JID, right? It's like the idea of the first album being the Never story, and now the Forever story being told, and how close it is to the original kind of piece of work. Also, the idea of like family lasting forever, and yet you are always one moment away from losing your loved ones. And the funeral of his dad's mom, his grandmother on his dad's side, kind of fuels one of the best songs I think of the album. And the idea of rap too, like how can you be immortalized in the sport of rap when you never know when your time is going to expire? So I think that kind of idea of family, but also idea of time, and how
Mhm.
can you you know capture your moment and also allow your moment to last forever, but recognizing that it will not last forever. So it's like a failure, and yet a failure that's worth pursuing. I think that's a big part of the conversation here.
With all of that, it's like hip hop is an introspective sport and exercise. So from like Jiz's perspective, he's like, how do I process my stature and growth? But I also get this, like, when you are the anomaly in your environment, it like is something that gets highlighted. So there were so many little snippets of messages where it's like, man, you don't pick up the phone no more, or like,
Mhm.
we think you should do this. It's like his place in his immediate environment has completely changed. So it puts him on like a very different playing field with his like interpersonal relationships. So I think that that is also a component that's going on this album too.
Yeah, I like the what Reed said about like there's a conflict in this album where it's like he's kind of in the Apple Music interview of Ebro, like they actually interviewed JID and his family, and it was like they're all like laughing and they're all like kind of goofing on each other and such like that. And JID was kind of positioning himself as like kind of a good guy, good family guy. Seems today that all we see is violence in movies and sex on TV. But like the idea of like the idea that like he's positioning himself this way, and I think he is. I don't think it's a lie, but he's also pretty honestly portraying himself as like not a good family member in a lot of these songs. Like sister that like I don't visit until like Christmas or like my grandmother has
Right.
passed or something like that. And then I think to like the image I get with this album, it's like this family portrait on the plot of land that they bought, like and like that JID got with his own talent and grit and brilliance and like business acumen, and it's kind of like a spiritual and physical manifestation of this investment that they put in their son, that it's not only a good one, but they hit the fucking lotto. And like from eating bologna sandwiches to this, like owning this, and then also like the house looks untouched from what it was. So like I think like to me that symbolizes the fact that like he was able to succeed without selling his soul or selling his family out, or his community in a way. But then it's also because like that's the risk of like doing an autobiographical album talking about your traumas and all the tough things you went through. It's this portrait, but like there are people like missing in the portrait, like whether they're
He
like
just turned around, maybe like his face is like over here or
yeah.
something like that. Like everybody's like, we're here, but Jid is maybe like weirdly in the picture, but not really in the picture.
Mhm, mhm. There's that, but there's also like his sister who's estranged, or like this family, like this cousin figure who is in jail or something like that. Like there's like they're all smiling, but there's like kind of a sadness behind the eyes of just like the absence is like very felt. And I think like yet they keep smiling and they keep like swinging on, they keep like persevering in hope, I guess. Like I think that's one of the ideas that I came up with here.
Like I wanted to actually pick it back off what you said because what I did write for the first song, Galaxy, is to forever can't be too far away, kind of leaving Earth, to that perfect place, that place that is that like he says it in the first song, like this everything's good, almost like I know a place, like almost like that, his version of that. But then it kind of that reality comes back. Like he's in a different galaxy, and then that phone call comes back, and it's like, man, you ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't you know what I mean? Like, so like I could kind of hear that like right off rip. That was like the first thing that took me was like, oh, he's trying to his when he's making music, that's like his escape into the next galaxy, and that's how he's
Mm.
like, providing all this stuff. But like it's still people still calling him like, man, you're not around, like you're not here, like what's going on? But he really isn't there because he's like out of this world and he's trying to figure out this
Mm.
rap thing. So that's kind of like, the forever can't be too far away. I'm glad you said that because that was like the first thing I was like, okay, then that call comes. And even now I was like, oh, like, I get interrupted in that listening process and I'm like, oh, he might not, but when even now when I'm on this YouTube journey, and I always like to reflect things back to myself, I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost a lot of communication with people because from the kids to the YouTube to this to the job to everything, it's like people gonna call you. Your brother gonna call you and be like, "You on YouTube?" Your mother, I see you on YouTube. You ain't call me and tell me. And it's like I'm in this other world right now, mom. You know what I mean? I'm in
Mhm.
this other world, dad. But I'm sorry. I just
No,
wanted to.
that's I love that. That's sick because like the music actually got him and his family out of a really bad situation. And but then like the music is also keeping him away from his family too, which is like the paradox, which is like that I think that's really fascinating. I think that's a really fascinating like subtext of this album. While he's also just going like skibbity doobity doobity, I did it. It's just like he's also doing that too. Like,
Yeah, it's funny because in the video for Cody Blue 31, like he takes off the like the sold sign in front of his family's home, and then he drags it like Jesus is dragging his cross. So it's like his cross to bear. It's like you just said, Andrew, it's in order for me to provide for my family, I have to almost like sacrifice my family, at least my relationship to my family, and then that creates the platform for them to thrive. So he's clearly aware of that, and it's cool in that same video. There's a family picture that's taken. So again, he's very much aware of like, okay, this is a moment in time, and then once that moment passes, it's like, okay, we don't know where the hell we're gonna be at as a family, but at least we have this moment to live in, which is beautiful.
mhm.
If I can just lightly point to the album art too, I love that we have Galaxy as the first track, and then you have JID in the center. It's kind of like we've got him as the center of the universe, or the thing that's providing like nutrients and everything like the sun does, and but also how detached all of the other images are in it. I don't know, the more that I like got into the album, the more the cover like supported the theme and what was going on. So I urge everyone to just like fixate on the cover a little bit.
Ooh. Yeah. Any other like themes like you kind of took away from it?
Like
I'm a
90.
hater.
Oh,
I'm a hater. I hate that he's so good at rapping and he just kind of was like, I have fine, I'll just do it because football didn't work out because I got an injury. It's just annoying that like a lot of people, dream and aspire to be MCs. Not to say that I ever did, or didn't. I don't know. We'll see. But he was just like, oh shit, I can't be an NFL superstar anymore. And his boys were like, yo, just start rapping. And he's like, all right, cool. And I'm just gonna be able to like put these words together like no one else does almost. And I want to pose a question to everyone, but especially to John, because we recently had a episode, really great episode, covering App Soul. And I'm like, man, like who is actually better?
I
And
thought the same
so,
idea. I thought the same
right.
question.
So John and Reed, I would love to hear your opinion on this too. John, if you had to pick someone to one, rap for your life, and two, make an album to save your life, which one would you pick? Soul, Solo, or JID, JID?
That's disrespectful, Stanley, because you know
Let's be
Soul is my
disrespectful.
guy. That's my guy.
Solo.
Rap to save my life in the sense that I'm cherishing this piece and it's supporting my mental health. I'm on pick Absol all day. But if it's like a skills test, like is this like the rapper's version of Ultimate Ninja? Because
It's double
I
XL freshman freestyle, but they're both in the same class. Who wins that freestyle?
I
ooh.
don't know, man. I still might give the edge to Soul, but that might be just like some TDA bias popping out in this Dreamville arena. But yeah, I don't know. They call on Soul a lot over there. So I'm gonna still say
Ah,
Soul.
Reed?
Oh man, that's crazy. John, you was going somewhere. Because if it was like if Eminem was in front of me and like a skills give me JID. Like I need JID for that. But like if I want to like really like just think for like if Lupe was in the arena and I had to rap like if Lupe is like rap for your life, I'm gonna grab Absol. But if Eminem was like grab me somebody that can rap for your life, I'm like give me like out of the two, I'd be like
Ooh.
give me JID. You know what I mean? Like if Eminem asks that, I'm going JID. If Lupe was like, Reed, I seen your videos. I seen your video.
And he probably has, like, truly, like.
He hasn't commented yet. He's commented on a lot of people. He ain't commented yet. But if Lupe was doing it, I'm definitely going Soul. So that's a great question, Stanley. That is like, and John, I think you like you was right there, but that TDE bias came up. I think the album though, if you ask for album, I because I did love Do What Thou Wilt and Control System. But like right now, the Forever Story, I might just be recency bias. I've been bumping this a little bit more than usual. Oh, the album to save your life, I might go with JID, but he still has to. He he still. I need one more album to kind of say the album, but like the rap thing, I'm kind of split between that. I don't want to give an answer. I don't want to give a direct answer,
It's
but
like the internet. Come for me.
yeah. I'll stay neutral and say, depending on which, I might go JID all the way. I might go JID the whole way. I mean, I
This
might go
is
JID the whole way.
this is like a potato chips to Doritos question. Like
Yes.
sometimes you want the originals or the sour cream and onions. Sometimes you want the nacho cheese. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like this question is kind of like the thing you said about like he needs one more album to be like, okay, I'll really consider him. Like that's crazy. This album is so ridiculous. What he's doing, like the flipping, like the acrobats, and like he has like four like sing about me, I'm throwing at thirst moments. There's like a few like fucking art of peer pressure songs on here too. Like they're that good or like a little better. Like you're not gonna give it to him now. Like it's kind of like I think that's like this is kind of a thing I'm thinking about. It's just like why am I like hesitating giving this album classic status? Why like there's a great Justin Hunt video where he kind of like talks about this album and like the three like kind of perspectives on what a classic is. Like it's either like kind of I forgot exactly, but it's like kind of like meeting the moment, like kind of that. There's also like, no skips. That's another perspective on it. There's another one I'm forgetting about, but I think this album like could be argued as like meeting those two metrics, but like it's kind of an indie underground find. It's kind of like oh yeah. Like, if someone said like JID is my favorite artist, I'd be like, that's a good choice. That's a cool choice. I like you. Like I think that's a cool choice. But I don't know. I don't know. That's
You don't meet
my
nobody
yeah.
that say that though.
What?
You probably never met nobody that said that. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem. Like I'm with you. Like yeah. Like I'm looking at the track list and some of the things like he has Yasin Bey on here. Like what? That like swing on. Like that's probably one of my favorite songs. Dungeon Family, like churchy vibes.
Mhm.
It sounds like BJ Chicago Kid is on there. I saw
Oh
him live
yeah.
with Big Crit, so I like him. It's about his homie that died. I didn't watch the video though. I don't know how I missed that. I'm a visual guy. I'm going to watch that. I know I saw it, but I was crunched for time, so I didn't watch it fully. But it, everything on here is exactly what I would champion. He has 2007, which is like my "Here's to the Rock." Like I know we don't talk about
Yep.
guy, but that's like that's my favorite. That's why for so long I held on to him like a bear because I heard his story, like the whole story.
Mhm.
If we ever do it, if I ever he ever just like apologizes and gets like on the other side, there's a deep dive into why that song, that last song, last call was like that thing for everybody. I heard that was one of the first times I heard the behind the scenes in my life. I mean, I wasn't that, I was only 10, but even like now. So when I hear this 2007 and like I actually listened to it, I've listened to this song a million times, but I still missed all of it. I don't know how. But like I didn't even know he was really good at high school basketball football or football in general because people just say so. Like, as long story to say, everything here works out, but I say but, and
Mhm.
I don't know. But I mean, Kendrick had a good kid, but he had to follow it up with to pimp. You know what I mean? Like it's like we're talking about the next one, and that's kind of why I told you I wanted to do this because it kind of was timely to his rollout, right? Like
Mhm.
he's about to release another project, but is it that but? And it's like, yeah, but then yeah, Kendrick also released. Is this not the same year? We got one of the best, arguably one of the critically acclaimed Kendrick albums, and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. You know what I mean? Like he won the Grammy for that year. As good as this is, you know what I mean? Like and people didn't even kind of like it at the time. I was maybe one of the only people like, this is amazing, you know, like so I just say it's that butt and a crack sandwich. I hate sandwiches for the same reason. I don't like bologna for these same reasons. But I say but.
Ugh.
That's my okay. I will tell you why we are all struggling with this. Well, part of it is one is because there's almost this like unwritten rule where you can't be the guy under a guy who is conceived to be the guy. And so the fact that he's under J. Cole, it almost removes the ability to be like the GOAT or the greatest or being seen as a classic MC, because it's like he has that assist from one of the best, MCs of the, I guess, the previous generation. Like Jay gets cosigns, but Jay is Jay, and then people came under Jay. Biggie is Biggie. Pac is mostly Pac. Like all of these like goats are like, okay, they're standalone projects. And now we're in the MCU of it all, where it's like, okay, well, there's all of these spin-offs and all of these different universes. And it's like at some point you're like, okay, well, where's my Iron Man story? Like I just want Iron Man. I don't want to be linked to all these other things, even though Fantastic Four was pretty good. Um, but I think the other problem is that I think this album for me is a little too bloated. Like there's a bit much. And to answer my own question, I actually would have loved JID to make an album to save my life, because I think he's going for it. To coin the football phrase, like he's actually like he's it's not a football phrase at all, but like he's trying to get
Oh, no.
the pick six, right? He's always trying to intercept and score a touchdown. And so I love that effort level, that commitment, that desire to make a big play. But I think sometimes he overreads it. And
Mhm.
so when he overreads it, it's an easy touchdown for the other team. And so album wise, I would love to have a JID save my life with an album, because he's gonna try. But if it was just like bar for bar, like blow for blow, like I think he might overreach sometimes and expose himself and then just get knocked the fuck out. So like in a rapping sense only. And so that's why I think he isn't as good as Absol. And it's also why I think this album is hard to digest sometimes, because it's like, man, like you were trying, but the execution is just a bit off, like just a little bit off.
Mm.
Well, it's kind of like I don't know if it was Top or if it's Punch to, I guess, bring the TDE voice into the room. It's all about knowing how to go that 100, but often operating at 25. So when you have to dial it up, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is what I'm experiencing. And to that note about when you're under someone, it's like JID being juxtaposed to Cole. It's almost like he has to go beyond himself a little bit just to prove that, like, I know that this is my big bro, but I am the one in the room. Where it's more like, nah, if you played it right, you can make us never think about J. Cole again. I
Mhm.
mean, not hard for me, but but
Yo, we gotta stop this slander. We're gonna get in trouble. We're going to get in trouble. J. Cole, we love you. We love. Yes,
Wow.
look at that. Look at that.
I'm just
10-year anniversary version. Wow.
I'm being controversial.
Unopened, though.
I'm being
Like-
controversial. I'm just being controversial. But just like, I'm really just piggybacking off of what Stinley says. I just feel like JID is some degree of all gas, no brakes, and it's like, nah, man. I feel like you were finessing it a little bit better on the Never story in terms of like that balance, and the Forever story is like, I'm AR-15 on y'all.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
like you're
yes.
talking about he's going like 95 most of you're talking about the percentages. Like he's going like 95. Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
Reed,
just want to
man.
know. I double support, bro. I've double, triple support, Cole. I've made a lot of disparaging videos about you, brother. Listen, but I tripled support. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting Cole know. I think I got the 10-year for Born Center and all of that.
He's
Listen,
like, I don't know these dudes. This is my first time meeting them.
nah, you good.
No, just
I'm the controversial one on this
Yeah.
platform right now. Trust me. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I just wanted to
that's funny.
throw that out there. But no, to your point, I don't know why I don't think about Cole and him together. I'm good at separating that because I come from that Kanye J. I come from that I come from that. I'm a big Lloyd Banks fan. Like I'm a huge Game fan. Well, I was a huge Game fan, huge Lloyd Banks fan. So they was under 50. I thought they were better than 50, just lyrically rapping. So I don't think about that personally because I've had that situation. And it's, to me, it either works really well or it doesn't. But I think this is the time that it doesn't. And I don't know if I've talked about this in prior videos where, like, is it like is it Dreamville? Like is it the label? Like what is it? Like because it does feel as though it actually does play a factor into these rollouts, into this apology, where like we're looking at Jid like, yo, you like he's about to do this not Breakfast Club interview, but Joe Button podcast interview, and I really want to know how it's like. Are they gonna get real? Are they gonna play it like just PC? And I'm really interested in that. So just wanted to say that part.
I think like they're both like Jid has got how like how in the beef we kind of just learned that like J. Cole is like the direct in between of Drake and Kendrick, like kind of like the direct in between of these two. I think Jid is the direct in between of like um J. Cole and Kendrick, where he's like he has the care the I care about albums, I care about art. I'm also like very he's also very like the way he's talking about like 40 acres and mule, the way he's talking about like the like reparations, all this stuff, like kind of codes, so like overcoming like white supremacy and such. Like he's doing it. He's giving, but he's first of all he's going like gibbity doobity doobity doobity. So it's like hard to like my favorite. Sorry, like but.
What was that?
That was good. Like
He just
I
popped
just
in the
played
Zoom
the
real
audio.
quick.
Like but like my favorite, like this sounds like a like my favorite listen of this album is like having the lyrics and reading it while it was happening. That was my favorite. I was like, I love this. I get this. I'm locked in. I'm not doing that any other time in my life, like, and unless for like a podcast, I'm like analyzing this, trying to understand what he's saying. But like, but he's also got that J. Cole humble. He's got that like humility of just like, hey man, I'm just a regular dude. Check me out. Like, while being like exorbitantly wealthy and such like that. So like, I guess like my issue with this album, like, I guess like let's talk about like how just I want to talk about like how we feel about this album, like just like what before we get to songs. I think this album's a bit of an endurance test, like in terms of not it's not a marathon, it's interval training of just like you're going fast and slow and then fast and slow, like you're going like I gotta shake you, blah, blah, blah. I gotta shoot you, the hose. Like he's doing that, and he's going like swing low. Like he's doing that, like he's going back and forth, and it's more tiring that way. It's more, and then every song has like three verses, a pre-chorus, a refrain, a chorus, and a post-chorus. Like there's like it's very, which I in theory, I'm like, that's great. Let's go back to three verses. Let's go back to like real rap. Let's go back to storytelling. Like, let's go back to all this stuff. I'm like, it's just kind of, there's, and then there's this line where he's like, scribbling word rhymes, the crowd give applause, but in my spirit, I feel like they don't hear me at all. Like, I feel like the acrobatics kind of again it's because like that's beautiful. I think that's a beautiful thing, but again it's because he's going scooby doobity doobity doobity, like it's because he's doing that like that it's hard for us for any like casual listener to understand. So like my instinct would be to be like just simplify, be like shoot your 25 like percenters, do that. But then I'm like, but he wouldn't be Jid anymore. Like he wouldn't be, I don't want to like take away what makes you special. I don't want to take away that either. So I'm like kind of, um, I don't know. It just feels like sometimes it's like he's saying so much that I don't always know what he's communicating,
Yeah, with all art, right? Like timing is everything. And because we've been in this, or I've been in this clips world for the last like 2.5 weeks, listening to this, to your point, Andrew, after listening to clips, like clips is like, I think we talked about this, like there's a lot of space. They really kind of almost take their time to share their story and to share their rhymes. And so once you listen to that at that speed, then you're going to hear and you're like, oh shit, like I love that comparison you did with the J. Cole and Kendrick. For me, it's like Goody Mob and Eminem post, sobering. Because it's like the Goody Mob country down south. This is very what I would imagine to be Atlanta. Like this is very, and not like downtown Atlanta. This is like,
Dungeon Pharaoh.
Atlanta. Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? Like but at the same time, like he has the gymnastics of the Eminems of the world, where it's like, yo, I can just put all these bars together so quickly and so efficiently and so uniquely that you really can't dissect it. Like who am I suddenly to be able to say like, oh, Jid, man, your bars were not good. Like this guy's doing things like I can't even, I was reading the lyrics. I was trying to rap along while reading the lyrics and I fumbled every single time. So it's like, who am I to judge it? But it also makes it a bit less almost like accessible because I can't rap along to it. I guess I'm just like, I just suck at rapping now that I'm like, I'm jealous. I'm really jealous of Jid. That's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like when I was listening to it, I was just like antagonizing my own listening skills because you don't put something out if you're not confident in it. And, you know, we use terms like bloated or long. Andrew, we were texting. You said something about how maximal it is. So if we know that what is contained within this product is a lot of intricacies and a lot of very acute choices and lots of fine tuning, then there's a valid version of our perspective where we pay attention to every single little choice to make us further appreciate what's going on. But I think that requires a lot of listens. Like I was just getting there in preparing for this podcast record, and I'm not sure if I ever got there when this was the talk of the town back in when it was released. And I remember really enjoying it, but I feel like I was just so close to getting there, like listening to all of the kind of football things and just like the beat switches, like some of the beat switches felt maybe abrupt or I wasn't ready for it. But then if you listen to what he's rapping about, then the beat switch is very pointed and important. And so I think it's just dense because that's the delivery mechanism, and it's kind of up to us to meet the moment with him or kind of just be like, it's a lot. So I don't know.
This deserves a
just
dissect
quickly
season, you know?
I'm with
It
you.
really does.
It felt like a lot to take in. And at the time, I felt exactly like that. And it was just like, okay, I'm gonna go put on, I'm gonna put on Kendrick. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go listen to, what's this? My two favorite songs. One of these times I'm gonna make you wrong. Like I'm gonna go because that's just there. You know what I mean? Like it's one of these lies I'm gonna take.
Mm.
And I'm tripping.
Oh, I love that song. Oh my God.
Yeah.
My brother called me and was like, yo, this song reminded me. My brother's 5 years older than me. He's like, I cried. Like, this song is you.
Count
And
me
it's like,
out. Yeah, but also
count me out. Like, he was just like this. So here it's the same thing where like maybe I could have felt that a little bit on Crack Sam. Oh no, on the Cody Blue. You know what I mean? Like I could have felt it, but like you said, and with the brother them, sister them, and then it's just like it's a lot to unpack, and it's almost like a task. I felt like I was taking on a task, and I usually don't feel like that. Like I was just listening to swimming because I did something with Professor Sky just recently, and like that's such an easy.
shout out to his bag, by the way. Also,
it's such a. That's funny. It's such a. It's such a hard album. Like that's gonna like 2009. That's gonna make you cry. You know what I mean? Like that's a hard album, but it was such an easy listen. You know what I mean? Like and he does some of that. Oblivion, yeah. It starts off different. You know what I mean? Like there's switches and it flows. I feel as though the one thing that I like about like being from New York and living in the South, the one thing that I've adopted from the South is flow. Right? Like at first I didn't understand Gucci Man, right? Like I didn't until like I really listened to Lemonade and I really started hearing how the lemon and like I'm listening to what he's saying, the lemon, and I'm like, oh, he's actually rhyming, but he's like hugging the beat. And I feel as though a lot here is just so much being thrown at you. I can never get into a flow until certain songs hit. You know what I mean? I feel like there's certain points that hit, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this feels better. But some of the rest of it is like, even listen to the Lil Wayne song, I felt like it was like a task. Like, okay, like what are they saying? What is he trying to convey? What's the message? And it's good. I'm not saying that that's bad, but it does feel like it's a buffet, a good buffet.
and then also you're like it's like I described it more as like in my notes. I described it more as like a potluck with your family, but then like you only have an hour to eat, like, so you can't even appreciate all the food, you know. But it's like it's home cooked like ham and shit, and like it's so. I guess is there
Right.
anything
I
else?
add one more
Yeah,
thing to that
yeah,
because like I think it was at the Apple interview. I think he mentioned, or maybe it was something different, but he talked about his name, and it was his grandmother who named him Jittery because he was just like all over the place. So they shortened it to Jid, and it's jittery. Like this album is very jittery. Like there was one song where I'm like, oh man, this beat's so nice, and then he switched it, and you're like, whoa, like why are we doing this, like there's no need for it, and then you kind of go, okay, this beat is cool, and then it just kind of stops, and all of a sudden there's like another random clip, and there's just, you're very jittery when you're listening to it, so you have to really like sit down, but the reward is there. Like if you
yeah,
sit down and actually
absolutely, yeah.
consume it, the reward is so there. And then Reed, what you said about Atlanta and about the South and your New York perspective going to this, living in the South now, I think that is like perfectly, it captures what happened in rap, because it's like hip hop was such an East Coast New York kind of flavor where it was just like that beat, you just drop a beat and then let someone like rhyme. And then Atlanta in the South really brought those melodies into it where it's like, oh, you're actually kind of riding the beat. Yeah, you're dancing to the beat, and then your rhymes, your melodies, kind of add that. And it wasn't as much about, how hard your rhymes were. It's more about like how you can get like almost like your choir to sing along to it. And so I think he has a little bit of that too, because he talked about how much he loved like East Coast rap growing up, but then his, obviously his upbringing and his culture within kind of the Atlanta sphere allows him to actually dabble into that kind of melody too, which I don't get how all these guys can sing so well. That's another thing that I'm like jealous of. Like he sings really good. Like he's a really good singer. And I'm like, man,
That
like,
church, boy, you gotta be at that church.
yo, I gotta go back to church. That's facts, because I can't sing for shit now, bro. Like it's not good. So yeah, I'm going to church on Sunday. Next episode, I'm gonna
New
sing all of my
pipes.
takes.
New pipes.
Listen,
uh,
nobody's singing like Mariah Carey nowadays. You know what I mean? They're harmonizing. Nobody's like, ah, nobody's like giving you the face. They're just harmonizing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't you could you if me and you, if we all four like got a little beat and got a little melody, you know what I mean? We could sound good. You
Yeah,
know?
we can make a nice little wavelength.
Yeah, yeah.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Shout out to musical theater. Anyways, let's go. Let's take a quick break and get into some songs. Let's talk about some songs after this. Click.
We send like 5-minute voice chats sometimes. It's like just
Nice.
He loves his voice chats. Like, awesome, that guy.
it works for me because I'm like, I have a baby and like I got my daughter and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going for face chat. I'm just going voice chat. So it works for me.
Parent gang, stand up.
Yeah, let's. I don't have kids. All right, let's. I feel excluded for this.
Don't do it. Stage, no,
You,
stop.
you don't want none of this, Andrew.
Yeah, let's get back into the conversation. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. We're here with Read My Soul. This is a fantastic episode. We're having a great time. Bonding as men in this age. Like, what if we like just like a hard pivot to like Manosphere? Like,
Sponsored by Ivermectin.
Be bad.
That's
you
funny.
two were talking about like being happy dads, and like it was all a circular way to get to your sponsor. But let's talk about highlight songs. Reed, what song speaks to you?
What song speaks to me? Ooh, what song speaks to me? No, stop. Crack sandwich.
Mm.
Go eat a sandwich. I hate sandwiches,
You hate
but I love them.
sandwiches.
Yeah, my wife's Italian. She make the best like Italian subs, and like that's what I eat when I'm on my vans and my trucks when I'm doing like my job. So, but I grew up eating them so much, but I understand that there. But that and Cody Blue, right? I think it's Cody Blue, right? That's just K. It's Cody Blue 31. Those two, Better Days in 2007. So it's like sister them as well. The whole album. The whole album. If I can go with one, if I can really go with one, I would honestly say that swing on. That you do anything church wise. I've mentioned this in prior videos. I went to church camp 2 years in a row. Bible camp. I went to an after school program. It was called Kids with a Promise in New York City. I think it's Kids. It's a different name now. They've rebranded. But if you do anything that's similar or sounding anything like gospel, you won me over. You won me over. And so that in the whole message behind it, homage to his friend that died. He wore the number 31. Um, that song is just that does it for me. Yeah. But that Crack Sandwich 2007, System M, and what else did I say? Better Days. Those are like my highlights. I really, really enjoy those songs.
Can't deny him. Like I think like first of all, Cody Blue 31. It feels like this sparked something in Ryan Coogler to make that scene in Sinners where like the different generations of music kind of like it's but like the it's like a very I really like it when he taps into something spiritual, like something really like deeper than music, deeper than rap of just like this is how we overcome situations. Like, just like kind of whatever it is. And like yeah, that's what I really and even just like the you're the strongest woman on the motherfucking globe, something to that effect. I'm just like that spirit there is just like sometimes it's just like a feeling. Sometimes it's just like that's just like you don't have to like I like him in this zone. I don't need him to go I don't need him to do like crazy acrobatics all the time. I just like he just the soul and the feeling he's expressing is so beautiful.
Yeah, there's that raw moment on this song where it's toward the end. It's like he's doing this little crescendo, and you can kind of like hear his voice crackle a little bit. It's like he's starting out rapping and then gets into that vulnerable sing-songy place. It's like that's the type of stuff that kind of becomes transcendent on the song. It's like, oh man, I'm always living for that part in the song. And yeah, I love Cody Blue 31 as well.
Yeah, I mean, he says it, right? Like he says that, and now time for the feature presentation, right? Like he understood within the context of this album that this is the moment that everyone needs to pay attention. We were talking about the dreariness of the album and how it pays off when you sit down and listen to it. This is a song where even if you aren't paying attention to the album, once this starts, you stop doing whatever else you're doing. It's one of those type of songs that really transcends. And like, I mean, the line of like the pressure makes me, the journey takes me to places where history can't stop or break me. I hope a change is coming. Just keep on swinging on. Like he has this like understanding that like there's a lot of different things, variables that are out of his control, in his control, that are constantly present, that could be avoided. And ultimately, like there is a purpose to him doing this, and that keep swang on, like that chorus, that recital, that church hymn. It's a call to action for all of us to continue on in our journeys. And I love this song is the best for me, the best moment. It's not my favorite song on the album, but it is the best moment on the album by far.
What's your favorite song on the album?
Oh, my favorite song is System. System is just like
Wow.
I love
everything about it is perfection. Like the beat is perfect. I think James Blake is on that thing. And the story, like the conflict with his sister. So it is, there's so much importance to the song. But if you want to keep it surface level, like that beat, the na na na, dun, 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 dun. Like, I mean, you could be riding it passes the Oscar test of like the car test. Like everything about this song is just, it's hip hop, man. Like this is like, if I had to give someone a hip hop song from JID, I think I would pick System and be like, here,
Mm.
this is why hip hop matters, why hip hop isn't dead. Kendrick Lamar. Um, I'm just gonna start beefs with everyone. Man, fuck Kendrick, fuck J. Cole.
He's trying to out
Fuck
controversial Reed.
Drake.
Like-
And shout out Read My Soul for giving me the inspiration to just say like fuck it. No, but for real though, like I think it's cool that he's showcasing a skill set within a song that is fairly contained. And um yeah, that's all I'll say about it.
Yeah, I like this really show like this really showcases him as a storyteller, like a A tier storyteller of like where I think we complained about maybe the maximal nature of some of the songs, like some of the songs feel like tasks, but like this one I don't mind that it's long. I don't mind that there's a refrain, pre-chorus, chorus, post-chorus. I don't mind I the cul-de-sacs it goes in. I that's a good storyteller. Like you can excuse a lot of those. A good storyteller, you're like, then he goes on a pocket about this other thing that's unrelated, but like it feeds back into the story. Um, I'm just like on the edge of my seat listening, and the emotionality and the vulnerability in his voice. Like, um, I'm talking to you now, but could I see you tomorrow? Like, just like really sad, really just like and like how he kind of sees his sister's point of like she doesn't want like Hollywood to corrupt him, but he's like all this like he's not being the best family member either, but also like maybe he's just like they just like they just want to go he just wants it to go back to like when they were kids and when they would like he knew that like if someone like punched her like all seven siblings would like go towards it. Like I really like that a lot.
I like how he like makes her like really tough. Like even in the song, the crack sandwich when they're talking about in the bathroom, and this sister, that's very very being in the black community. A lot of times the sisters are the tough ones. You know what I mean? They're the ones that look out for you. They're your mom, your sister. They're the ones that had to take on a lot of single mom had to take on a lot of that burden. So I like that he starts it off by like, yo, she's not the one. You know what I mean? Like she's my protector. She'll beat you up too. Like she probably be the first one. And then, crack sandwich, you hear the story about, nah, she told her to come outside. I'll wait for you. When you get done with your bathroom, come out, come outside. I got something for you. So I like that, the system them that I think I put like just on first listen way back in the days. I have wrote something about it. And that was like that in that was like my favorite song, maybe like the two favorite songs, Cody and that the system them were like my two favorite. I don't know why I put third favorite song today, but maybe that was just the listen that I did today, but definitely top three, top two songs on the project. I love it, and I love that it's about a woman. I love that. That's a constant theme in my and it underlined in a lot of my videos and topic is showing the women some love. You know what I mean, especially in today's time. And we were just talking about the manosphere and all of that, but if you listen to a song like that, you learn that like, yo, a lot of these sisters will be the first one to knock you out. You know what I'm saying? So I like that for that reason.
And I like the bars that get like there's what does he say? Way too down to earth, don't do no dirt for me, please. I don't need nobody else taking a deal or a plea. God know what I'm doing. He gonna deal with me. Like I love that self-awareness, and it's almost like this bravado, this unjustified bravado of like, yo, don't you worry, I'm gonna get mine when I get mine. But it's also like that realization now, oh shit, I gotta pay this bill, right? Like whatever the harms that I've done, I'm gonna have to pay this. But until then, like don't worry about it. You know what I mean? And like I just like the wordplay, and I like when MCs are able to do that, to kind of play in the bravado but also play in the vulnerability. And I think that's been a theme of our conversation, is being vulnerable. And when he's vulnerable, like the album just is so good.
Vulnerable with bars. That's like
Hmm.
peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? Like that's like, well,
Mhm.
and then you could like chop my head off with a bar. Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, you might be good. You might could do this professionally.
I think like if we're talking about bars, like I think my highlight of the album, like if we're like talking about just like rap, is Radar. It's just
Yeah.
you just have to like just straight out the gate. Um, I really love the acrobatics, but also the inflection switches. Like I know some rappers who how I'm gonna say this. I don't know, so paid but broke. Like that bit is so cool. I like but then also just like, the acrobatics, but then also like the Kraken run is so good. But then just like the um just like you a copper, you a killer. Like I like that just like very blunt moments too, where it's it's but also like has like this where like whoa, like in this song where you're just like showing off bars and just showing out how cool you are with like the acrobatics of it all. You're kind of like I read it as personally as I like two readings of like the commentary of like how capitalism and like consumerism kills black and brown people, like cobalt in the DRC and like just how we get our batteries in our phones and our cars and such, and then like or it could just be a very blunt like cops kill black people like that. It's just really really good stuff. And then like the are you entertained or are you concerned? Are you actually like hearing what I have to say here? Like I am drizzling this medicine with so much sugar. I'm drizzling this medicine with sugar, and then I'm like, it's in a jar of peanut butter also, but you just can't help like eating this peanut butter. Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely had like Galaxy into Radar as a highlight.
Yeah.
For as much as we've talked about how like dense and maximal this album is, I really think that this is one of those moments, but it's most defended and like validated on this song and with cause. I think, I often like frame my picks in like cinematics. It's like the descending from the galaxy into like the world of Atlanta, and like I don't know, there's like this Coliseum vibe, this like madness vibe that I get from Radar, where it's like everything in his life is very hectic, and he just backs it up with that flow. And like some of the switches, the flow switches are so amazing. Like there's that like Andrew was saying, the acrobatics, but I particularly love the one where he's like, we needed a majority to get this tape, like just like showcasing the mastery over what he's doing. But yeah, and it just kind of, those beat switches are very appropriate on Radar because each section kind of is painting a different scene in his world. So very good and strong opening 1-2 punch with Galaxy and Radar.
I like
Yeah,
that.
my own. Oh, go ahead.
I like that you mentioned that together because that's kind of how I took it. I kind of took it like Galaxy, you know what I'm saying, leaving Earth, going somewhere, and then like Radar when you're like in your spaceship or whatever, right? When you're in your spaceship and like your radar starts to blink, there's something on your radar, right? And I feel like this is the thing that JID is gonna play to get people on their radar, to get people like paying attention to him. Is super lyrical. The beat switch is crazy. He's a baller. Like he's talking about his I really ball. He switches it, but then he talks about we need a majority to get this vote. And that like this is something that JID to me would play when to get people like listening to him, to get people to like understand him. So I kind of took that as a 2-pack as far as like Galaxy. I'm in my spaceship. I'm leaving this work up. I got this call. Okay, cool. I want to get people to know who I am. I'm on your radar. I'm flying through the galaxy. This is the song that's he's sending to other ships or sending to other people. Like this is that hey, yo, I'm here.
The beacon.
Yeah, this is the beacon. Yeah, this is what you don't do. They said we started talking to alien stuff. We shouldn't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Every movie start sending out a beacon and come back and blow up everything. But this is that thing to get people to listen. You know what I'm saying? And I like it.
So,
There's so much going on here that I'm just like, when I'm listening, I'm like, damn, this dude really like today. I was like, yo, this man is nasty. Like I got the ugly. Like this is yeah. Mm.
I pray, I say, oh my God.
I say it. When I say I say, I'm like, I was just adding like a Geechee Gun thing, and that's what we say. I say, the lady throw the stuff on you. Listen, man, like it's oh man. So when he says little things like that, I'm just like, yo, this like to me, I'm like, You know, sorry.
He does it so well. He like weaves in like the zeitgeist, he weaves in like the social, and he weaves in like the regional, just all just like tightly knit in his lines.
And that's like this conversation is highlighting a kind of a, I don't know if a problem, but like kind of an issue is like we've been talking for, an hour, like 30 minutes or so. Like we got to two songs. Like we got to like how are we going to talk about this? How are we going to like we're just going to like ignore stars? We're just going to like ignore some great song that, but like it's leaving us no choice kind of. It's that's how I feel at least.
I felt like
Yeah,
the Yasin Bey. I was like, why am I not like more excited about this? Like,
Because he like
Because there's
brushes
so
you off and
much.
he's like, well, too bad, no time to digest that. We got to go. Like,
But once again, going back to what I'm saying, like if you focus in on stars, if you just like isolate yourself and like I'm paying attention to stars, it's so good. It's so good.
yeah, it is so good. Can I just quickly say about Radar? Because I am struggling with the beat switches and especially the whistling like football sounds that he
Mm.
incorporated. For me, it's like Galaxy is almost him fantasizing about being in the NFL, and then Radar is him actually in the game and then
Mm.
realizing how fast the game is. And so he's just like, okay, I got to cut here, I cut there. Oh shit, there's a pick here. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, it's a side. Oh, it's like all these things are happening, and he's switching up as the plays are switching up, and there's just so much happening, and he's trying to throw in like, okay, my own flavor, my own perspective on what's happening in life, but at the same time, I gotta make sure I'm like better than the other DBs that are competing for my spot, and it just there's like a lot happening. But I love the line with my nine. I'm like 10 Avengers. I think that's just like a beautiful, hilarious, and also kind of well played line. Whereas Stars, I think Stars really like kicks in once Yassine Bey comes in. And again, like I love how self-aware JID is because he puts the and now a word from our ancestors, and then the beat switch and and Yassine Bey just like spits like I mean it's most deaf, like he just tells you what you need to hear, like the palace as a prison, retail religion, red carpet constriction, freedom as a fiction. Like what are we doing here? Like and then you're like, why isn't most deaf being talked about in the top five lists? It's because Yassine isn't playing the game. Like he's not radaring. Yassine stays on that galaxy tip. Like he is an alien
mm.
saying, you know what? I'm just gonna soar over all the bullshit. I dip my toe, realize it's still bullshit. I'm gonna leave. And he only comes back for the people he really appreciates. And that's a really great cosign for JID to get Mos Def after you sample the Mos Def sample on one of the biggest rap songs in the 90s, Miss Fat Booty, that he does on surround sound. It's just, I think it's very beautiful kind of hip hop synergy there.
Oh, I've heard that so many times. Oh my goodness.
Whoa, you
So
can
good.
you
21,
can
21.
sing, bro. Like, you got,
21.
Hold on, wait, hold
just also in that song, shout out to the line "Kissing Cousins Till the Climbing Gas Prices Kill a Climate." I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, what? Why is it like? Why like we're gonna speed run our like demise, and yet we're gonna make it more expensive? And like, what's the point of it? Like, this sucks. I like that a lot.
Yeah, we
That's a great
suck.
line.
Yeah.
Like, John, like, what's your highlight?
I mean, we've touched on it before, but I really appreciate Crack Sandwich. It's kind of a quintessential hip hop storytelling track. That beat is so menacing. It's like some slick Rick. It's got some my mind is playing tricks on me a little bit. Like if I was I don't know, 5 or 6 listening to the song, I'd be really scared. And it's just I don't know, it's just so good. I think his rapping is impeccable. It's top tier. The framing of the fight is like
Yeah.
10 against 23. It was just like I don't know. That I love it. I love it so much. It's the best. And then that riding my city, riding my shooter, riding my business. I'm not.
I like the
To me,
harmonies, too, yeah.
that's that balance that we were talking about. It was like he's able to give you that flow and some of that dexterity, but he can also pull it back to give you that kind of cool moment on a track like Crack Sandwich. I mean, reminds me a little bit, not it's an interlude, there's no raps on it, but I love chapter 6 on section 80 because it's just like such a random little riding with the boys and girls and we're high. It's just vibes, it's just chill. How did we get that in the middle of this song about fighting at the club? It's because JID is a master and this shit is dope. Love Crack Sandwich.
Let's talk about like lowlights, and then we can circle back to highlights and like stray observations and such. Um, I think any lowlights from this album?
The Wayne verse was a bit blah for me. I think it started really good, and then he kind of started doing this kind of 2020 Wayne thing where he just again he's like the Eminem, like where it's just like I'm just gonna throw in a bunch of words, but you're not really saying much, and it's just kind of like all right, cool, like you're really good at putting all these words in, but it's not a crack sandwich, I'll tell you that much. So for me, though, the Wayne verse was a low light.
The line defined my mind and grind and the line with the. I think that was like how he ended it with line and line.
Yeah,
And in my line in my mind, yeah.
I think it's just like I really think I don't like just to include his idols on his album. You know, just like I got Wayne on my album. Like I think just to like say that
No,
really, I don't think
we
it
gotta
fits on
stop with that. I think we gotta stop with that when we know that our prime artists are not here anymore. I don't know. I think we see it all of the time. It's like a rite of passage, right? JID gets the Lil Wayne feature, but if someone is washed, this is I'm sorry, y'all, controversial John on this episode. This is why I question JID a little bit because he's done this in the lead up. He's done the Eminem feature where it's like we already know you can rap. You don't have to stand next to M in order to prove
I
that
thought that
you
was the
can
best
rap.
song on that album, though. Like I thought that was the best song of that. Like
Okay.
RAPER. Did he? I don't know what he said. Like,
And then I also have problem with is it the Imagine Dragons feature? It's just it kind of gets a little directionless in the goat conversation. But I don't know. Stand alone. Stand alone. But I don't want that to negate how much I actually enjoy this album. It's just a very strong point that makes me question it.
you know what I have to say to you on that? Your peanuts to an elephant, man. Just-
oh
um,
god.
I kind of
Yeah, I'm team John, by the way. I'm team John on this one.
I kind of feel that way about the 21 Savage verse. Like it's like I get why he did it because it's so Atlanta, and then like what the Pillsbury do I keep doing with me. Like it's just like certain lines where I'm like, okay, 21 is witty, but I could have used without him on this song. You know what I mean? Like I think at the time from that, like 21 was just on like everybody's everything. Like he was everywhere for like 2 years, 3 years. And I was just like, every time he raps, I like him less. And I really liked him early on in Atlanta. I was like doing a lot of cinematography, videography back and forth in Atlanta, like as a side job. And I was there when he started buzzing, and I'm just stunting on my ex when that was like really hot. So I've been on with 21 for a minute, but it's like every time he rap, I'm just like, you're getting worse. But his flow is so just is like is again, it's that butter.
Yeah,
It,
buttery.
it works. Pillsbury dog, keep doing me. It's just like kind of like effortless, almost like this is boring. He always sound like he's just bored.
It's a lob. It's always a lob.
Yeah.
With 21.
It's
I-
like, but I get it.
I like him as texture. I like him in texture in this song. Like I just like,
Mm.
and I like him as like I like him on soul samples. I think he's really good on like a soul sample. Like he's just like the hot, like the pitched up thing, and then like his low, like cool voice. I think is such a cool texture thing.
Can I just say, because for me, like Reed, respectfully, like I actually, because 21 Savage does 21 Savage all the time, he knows who he is. And so I actually
21.
love the 21 Savage verse because it is exactly what you want. You want him to say, Pillsbury demand, keep doing with me. Back in the day, invest in the block. Fast forward now, investing in stocks. Like, it's just like, that's just 21 and 21. Like, it's like, I think sometimes if you go outside of your pocket, you're going to get sacked. He's a pocket quarterback, and when he sits back there in the pocket and just throws bombs, like that's all I need. We can get touchdowns that way. And he never runs out of the pocket. He never Cam Newton's the situation. So for that reason, I actually really love, and maybe the beat is so good that it's hard to mess that up. You know what I mean? But I like the 21 Savage feature way more than the Wayne one. Like way more.
Mhm.
See, I
Um,
like Wayne. I like the line at the line. I don't know why.
Anytime.
I feel like this is the Wayne that I like. You know what I mean? Like this when he does that, keep doing the line at the. It's weird, but I do get what you're saying. Like surround sound. When I get like if I was out going out with my wife, that's the one we playing going to the club, and I'm gonna go as hard as I possibly can on the 21 Savage part. I'm like that, but on us like as a JID album, I'm gonna talk about it like leave 21 off. You know what I mean? Like that's a good thing to see. Yo, leave 21 off, man. If we don't need to be standing next to people, which I agree. I had a very like the Eminem song kind of came and went because you killed them on Fuel. We just heard you on Fuel, right? Like stand by yourself, brother. So it's like if I'm going back and thinking that with that same thing, I would have took 21 off of it. And of course, that's the one that went viral and girls were shaking their booty to. You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't want JID to be known for that. You know what I mean? Like this went viral because of 21. You know, like but if I am my wifey, the dough with me, but Laura is going to be screamed loud. Be screamed loudly. But if I'm critiquing, I'm gonna snob my nose up at it and put my pinkies up and be like, get 21 out of here. But he does do what he does.
The only song that I carry a little like disdain for, because I think I like this project overall, is Can't Make You Change.
oh, I like that one. I think it gets a little
I like it
Drakey
too.
towards the end. It gets a little Drakey towards the end. Like I'm on a plane to LaGuardia, like whatever he does. But like, I just want to shout out the line. I'm sorry. I want to hear your. I apologize. I want to hear your like thoughts on that song though.
Um, it just like pulls it down in a way that I don't particularly appreciate, I think. And I love Ari Lennox, but I don't necessarily feel like she was utilized to her highest capacity. Um, it's like if we're going to be at 100, I feel like this is a 5. You know what I mean? Like we got to have some middle ground. But I don't know. That's like the main thing. I just feel like it slows it down in a way that is inappropriate for the energy that surrounds it.
The can make you change like that part that is like oh that was not good. So like that was like I'm I'm out of the fourth
Ah,
part. I'm out of the
keep
quartet.
keep that in.
Like
Keep that in. Keep that in.
but like
Can make you shine.
It
uh,
doesn't nail the like kind of dungeon family thing that it is trying to do, at least from my perspective.
well
I'm with you. I just put one word. The only time I took two words, one was for good, one was for bad, and I like to do this sometimes. The Yasin Bey one, I just like stars. I just put Yasin Bey. Enough said.
yeah. Yeah.
Just Yasin, like right, but right before that, it was just can't make you change, and it's like love, but like not in like a love, like it's like love. Okay, you know what I mean? Like cool. This all right. So it probably was one of my yeah, I think when I listened to it today, I was like, yeah, I don't really care for this much.
I well the first of all, I like that like my scene was so bad that we just like we don't have to hear his opinion. But like I like cut his mic. I got a big old cane, like someone pulling me off. But like I think it's like in terms of like first of all, I felt that part of the song was like stalling, just like I liked all I need. I like that pocket a lot. But the line that really again like why it's the best when you just are reading the lyrics as they're going along is the line I want to change trying as hard as I can, but it's hard to try and redesign the nature of man. Like that is my one of my favorite lyrics on this album. Like yeah, like and I think it's like I told the story before, but like I remember when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I was like, man, what's America gonna be like now that To Pimp a Butterfly is out? And I was like in college, I was like young, I was a young man.
Worse.
Yeah, the funny Dr. Tupac, the funny Dr. Tupac. Like I thought I was supposed to save everything, but like I heard he was my savior. But anyways, like this idea of maybe we put too much pressure on like hip hop albums to like change things, you know, maybe or like black artists or like black men to like or black people to like change things, but also he talks about in Radar, we have to like get a majority to get shit to shake and stuff. And like I think I just really like that idea of like it's just like you don't have to like reinvent the wheel all the time. You just have to like do your best, put one foot in front of the other, and keep swinging on. So any share observations, any just like things we haven't talked about that you'd like to shout out?
The Absol tour that he was on, that he was talking about in 2007, where he's with Earth Gang. I was at that tour. That was a These Days tour. And I don't remember JID, but I remember Earth Gang. They were fire. So there's that. But no, I just want to throw
So like you got some little hate. It seems like some shade over here, brother. It's
no, there's no shade. I'm being sensational for the sake of the medium. But
no, I'll join in because I think JID is like there's two things I was gonna say here. When Earth Gang came in, I'm like Earth Gang because I'm a big Earth Gang fan. Spillage Village, that was kind of their whole thing, was the Spillage Village thing. That's where he derives from, and I love that. Like I love Benji, and I like listen to all of that stuff like to this day. So like I was like wonder if you was feel because I wanted to say some things. I'm like I don't know, you know what I mean. But I really feel as though JID is really good with that Earth Gang. Like when they do that thing, I love him. Which song is that? Which song was that?
Can't Punk Me.
Best Can't Punk Me. That's right here. That's at top. I got it at the top. Can't Punk Me. I love Earth Gang, and that's the tweet. Spillage Village. That's what I said. Like, I love what they do. I love what they are. The one thing I wanted to point out as well, not to just take over your point, was one of my favorite parts is on Dance Now. And I think I sent it to you, Andrew, earlier when you were like, I'm so excited. I sent you like a video because I was turning up like as you're texting me. I was like listening to it, like turning up right here. Is the Rasta Man, right? When he oh my goodness. I play that all over here. I could just see me just loving it. And that's kind of like what I love about JID. And it kind of, I like to point it back to the and I'm sorry for keeping y'all up late. I know this is late.
No, please. Yeah, I love it.
We could have did it like an hour. I just bought a TV for upstairs so the kids could go upstairs and stuff. But like usually it was like, oh, I got to do it this time. But no, that what I referred to earlier was the whole where you at? The whole how I got into JID, like how I became a fan. I'm like, I'm gonna invest my time and energy into this guy. Was the working out freestyle that was the colors thing, and then he turned it into a song where it's like that part where he was just like, where you at? Like how he can just do these just Rasta man shooting up like right, and he just like I'm a rant when I talk to Ja.
Yeah.
Those two things are like my favorite like lines out of there. I live in South Carolina. We love Ja Morant. We love Zion Williamson. You know what I'm saying? We don't really have too many. Puna Ford. We don't have really too many people around here. I went to high school with Puna. So when it comes to like somebody mentioning something from like Ja Morant, but also I'm a rant when I talk to Ja, and my cousin name is Jabari. Ja is the Lord as well. So like this song is just like why I love him. You know what I mean? Like it's like he the Rasta man. I probably like that more than I the Ja Morant line. You know what I mean? Like that's just what like he's just I know he can spit. That's amazing. But what he does differently than Kendrick and all these guys is that those simple little Rasta man parts, and that's like coded throughout the album. So
yeah, just those little bites. Even the on the chorus, you try to recant, you can't now. Like just the bite on that is so satisfying. And we're straight observation. Shout out Kenny Mason, also one of my favorites from Atlanta. He adds a nice smooth touch to that song, and I forget where else he's on. I think he's in Just in Time. So yeah, shout out Kenny Mason as a stray observation.
Mhm. Let's see. Any notes? Yeah, here you
Rasta
go.
man.
It's so good.
I want to give a quick shout to the videos like from this era. I rarely do this where I watch the videos for the artists that we're looking at, but I watched like Surround Sound of Coley Blue, Money. They were all really unique, interesting, like just really well done. And you could tell that JID is again like he's a real artist, and so just wanted to shout that out.
I like his just like the details he would share, you know, that like really like bring a story alive. Like Granny used to buy holy water from Joel Osteen, like or Joe Hale Osteen or whatever his name is. But like you know, but like there's that like, and then the bus from my school couldn't come to where I live, so my mom used to drop me off at your crib for like 4 maybe 5 a.m. of just like these
Relatable. That's
really
the
intimate.
Atlanta experience.
Yeah, like some really intimate like details. Yeah, I just want to shout out some lines of like no weapon was formed against me. I formed against the weapon. So beautiful. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I just like the lines in this album like really caught my attention. Like you know, in the middle of the Scooby Woobity Doobity, you know, of it all, you know.
Yo, you're gonna call the Mystery Machine van. I swear Scooby Doo is right outside trying to Scooby Doo. Oh, what?
I also think
That might be like the like in the that might be in the thumbnail, like Scooby Doo.
You got it. Scooby Doo.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like let's go through final thoughts and ratings. So the way this works is we'll rate this album out of 10 with a fun metric at the end. How do y'all like to rate this?
I can go first. Yeah, I think this was a really cool experience to listen to it over and over again and try to kind of figure out the pocket and like my pocket within it. I'm gonna give this album uh eight bathroom stalls in New Orleans out of 10.
I'll go. Very good album. JID, love it. Man, you I feel like you can do it, man. You next up. Let's see what this next album's all about. I don't have much to say that I haven't already said. Maybe I was brought a little haterade to the conversation, but it's all for fun. I'm gonna give the Forever Story 8. Right in my city, I am my shooter out of 10.
Also, shout out to that line in Absol's song, like "Getting jittery with jitted me." Like that's a great line. I think that's really cute. Yeah, I think what this highlights to me is how lucky we are, like as like hip hop lovers. It's just like if this isn't the goat, like this is like if this is just like a guy in the MCU of rap, like this is like fantastic. This age we're living in, like this is like you know, like not and like this pocket he's in where he's like Sky called it like a you know bologna sandwich opera. Like who's doing that? You know, like I think this like Broadway show. I actually could see this adapted into a show. Like I could see the visuals. I could see like you know the story it follows and just like the family drama and such like that. Yeah, I just find it very. Think I need more time. I think I just need more time, and I would love to spend more time with it. But I wonder when I'll get the time. Is the question. So
You got plenty of time. You can plenty of time. You can.
Scooby Doo on a Sunday. So I guess I'll give.
Yeah,
Funny.
my rating is like 8 hoorays out of 10. So
Okay, so my thoughts is I like that you mentioned like that you could see it turned into like a play because that's kind of like what I see it. I see it as a very expensive like play, like to think about like just like all the scenes you would have to do or like an expensive movie. I'm currently watching the Irishman, so like my movie brain is like losing it right now. We mentioned like the MCU and they kind of talked about like they kind of mixed in a lot of stuff and like you know I just see this as a very expensive play, a very expensive film, and it's very rich. And it's a lot to take in. and it would definitely have to be a director's cut if it was anything. Like you would definitely have to put 3 hours on this thing, right? Like I'm still have an hour left on the Irishman. And I'm like, we've been watching this like 4 days. You know what I mean? Like and this is how I feel. That's how I felt about this album. Um, it's really good. It's really healthy. Like you said, if this is one of the and like you know what I mean, if this is like you know what I'm saying, one of those other Spider-Mans, like this is great, right? Like we're focused on like Miles, no, but then there's like all these other amazing Spider-Mans and Gwens and all of that. We're really like really spoiled. I would say that. So I would give it. I hate to kind of give all the same ratings, but I literally have it like I looked at your rating system that you kind of sent me, and I was like, this is 8. Like just off of the first listen, and I re-listened to it again, and I was like, this is an 8. And because the other album that came out, I kind of gave it like a 9, 9.5, almost a 10, which that was Kendrick. So I kind of didn't think it was that, but it was definitely as close to that as possible. And if it won the Grammy that year, I wouldn't have been upset. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I give this 8 Rastamans out of 10.
Yeah, thank you so much, Reed. This is so fantastic. We loved connecting with you, and appreciate your generosity of spirit and giving us your time and like your this is like the research you did and like kind of forming your opinions and stuff like that, and having this conversation with us. So like, thank you so much. What would you like to plug? What's out there for you?
Plug? Oh no, don't find me.
What?
Don't find me anywhere. Okay, I don't want to be found. No, I'm out here, man. Read my soul on everything. Shout out to the company, man. Shout out to Justin. I mean, shout out to Professor Sky. Shout out to the whole Curtis, everybody, all the content creators out there, man. Go check all of those guys out. There's a lot of great things happening on the YouTube space. So, I mean, you can find me, Read My Soul on everything. That's easy, but definitely go look up a lot of other people. This platform right here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for staying up a little late with me.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed myself. And yeah, I want to do this again, man. Maybe with something else, and you know, really get really into the crux of like, maybe Absol or something else. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely want to do some more, especially like hearing you guys' opinion and stuff like that about other artists. Definitely want to do something else, or maybe something that I haven't listened to at all. You know what I mean? Or that I haven't.
Oh, you've been meaning to listen to.
Yeah, something that I've been meaning to listen to. I was waiting to plug that. But yeah, so that's all I gotta say. I talk a lot. I'm sorry. I yap a lot.
No, like, how dare you? Like, fuck you.
Yapper.
I think check out Read My Soul. Check out his review of the New Balance 990 V2 in brown purple. That's a good shoe. I want that shoe. I haven't bought it yet. So check out our show. I've been meaning to listen to that. Check out, you can follow me at Andrew Ambrose Lee, John Butts at John Butts is here, Stenley at Snap a Sten. You could pay for our Patreon show, $4.99. No, wait, $2.99 for our I've been meaning to watch that show, and then $4.99 for our just early access to episodes, ahead of time. And like maybe we'll do some bonus things here and there. Yeah, I guess to end, I'm gonna say fuck Hulk Hogan and fuck Joe Rogan. So thanks so much, everybody. Have a good day. Click money.
Scoobity doobity.
Scoobity doobity.